All right, let's dive into something pretty fascinating today. We're looking at a book called The Secret Language of Birthdays. And the idea behind it is that your personality isn't just about your zodiac sign. It's tied to the exact day you were born.
I mean, we all know our zodiac sign, right? You're a Leo, you're a Cancer, you get it. But what if that's just scratching the surface? What if that's just the opening chapter? This whole system argues that there's a much, much more detailed story to tell, one that gets incredibly specific about who you are. And this system has a name. It's called Personology. The core idea is actually pretty simple, but it's also kind of profound. It says it's no accident that certain types of people show up at certain times of the year. And Personology just takes that idea all the way, suggesting that every single day has its own unique personality profile. Now, to really get your head around this, you have to think in cycles. The book uses this central idea: a day is a year as a lifetime is an age. So it's not about time being a straight line. It's more like a set of nested cycles, one inside the other, like ripples in a pond. Everything's connected, from the tiny 24-hour cycle of a day to the huge cycle of a human life. So let's start with the biggest cycle, the year itself. Personology basically maps the entire calendar year onto one human lifespan, which gives each season this really deep psychological meaning.
Think about it. Spring is like our youth, from birth to about 21. It's all about that new, spontaneous energy, a little bit of healthy self-centeredness, right? Then comes summer, our young adulthood, say 21 to 42. That's when we mature, we start setting up a home base. Autumn, from 42 to 63, brings this bigger social awareness and need to contribute. And then you have winter, which mirrors our later years, a more spiritual, reflective time of inner quiet.
Okay, but here's where things get really interesting. This is where the system starts to zoom in and break down that familiar zodiac wheel into something way more detailed. So, instead of just 12 signs, the year gets divided into 48 different periods. Each one lasts about a week, and each has what's called a central image, basically a core theme that helps define the personalities of people born during that time.
This is a perfect way to see the difference. Let's say you're a Gemini. Well, according to this, you're not just a Gemini. You might have been born in the period of freedom, or the period of new language, or maybe the period of the seeker. Each one has its own totally unique vibe and focus. And just listen to how specific that is, the day of far-off adventure. I mean, come on. People born in this slice of Gemini are said to be natural explorers, always drawn to pushing boundaries and finding what's over the horizon. It's so much more descriptive than just saying, talkative and curious.
But we can go even deeper. Let's zoom in to the most fascinating layer of all, where we get down to the individual day. This is where Personology says there's a unique profile for every single birthday of the year.
To really see how this works, let's just pull up the profile for a single day. How about we use July 28th as our example?
Boom! Right away, you get this super powerful theme. July 28th is called the Day of the Winner. I mean, that title alone gives you such a strong feeling for the kind of personality we're talking about here. And the details really back that up. People born on July 28th are described as having this intense drive to be number one. Their authority isn't just about their words, it's about their whole presence. It's who they are. And they're seen as these incredible survivors who can bounce back from pretty much anything. But, it's not just a list of amazing traits. It's more balanced than that. Each of the 366 daily profiles is really well structured. It gives you the whole picture: strengths, weaknesses, and even specific advice for how to grow. Here, take a look at April 25th. The strengths are great: vigorous, steadfast, dynamic. But the weaknesses are just as clear. They can be unaccepting, unforgiving. And the advice ties right into that. It's direct, it's actionable. Learn to let go, because holding a grudge is only going to hurt you in the long run. And each day even wraps up with this short meditation, a little philosophical thought to chew on. This one from April 20th says, "Seeing in the dark isn't done with one's eyes." It just adds this really nice, thoughtful layer to the whole thing. It's not just about personality traits, it's about insight. So the big question is, what do you do with all this? And the crucial point is that this isn't about predicting your future or saying you're locked into one specific fate. Not at all. At the end of the day, Personology is really meant to be a tool. It's a lens for looking at yourself, for self-reflection. It's maybe a new way to understand why your friends and family are the way they are. It just gives you this appreciation for the unique flavor of each day, and a really rich way to talk about personality that goes so far beyond the simple labels we usually use. And it leaves us with this really great question to think about. Whether you believe it's all about cosmic timing or you just see it as this incredibly detailed map of human archetypes, it really challenges you to think about where your identity comes from. Is who we are written in the stars, or is it found in the stories and the systems we choose to believe about ourselves? Pretty cool stuff to ponder.